This is the Raptor, the newest jet added to Mad City, which costs 11 million cash. And in this video, we're going to be comparing it to the Brrt, which costs 7.5 million, the Nighthawk, which is 6 million, the Warhawk, which is 4 million, and so many more, starting with this, which is literally the default helicopter. This is of course the default helicopter that you can literally get if you're on a new account. As you can see, there's 3 vehicles here, and one of them is this helicopter right here. This thing's okay for a starter vehicle, but if you actually start to use it, it doesn't actually go back quick. And as you can see from its abilities up here, the only thing you can really do with it is use it to get around. Which is why I suggest that as soon as you get 350,000 cash, which is still quite a lot, you actually go ahead and buy this right here, the normal plane. Not only does it look a lot better and you can also customize it and make it look even better than it actually is, it also goes quite a bit quicker. And now I know what you're thinking, the two that we've already shown off aren't actually jets, and that's because the cheapest jet you can't even get anymore. Which of course is the cyberplane, a plane that's literally for free, but you can't actually get it anymore. The only way you're able to get it is back when the question mark badge was in the game. You had to do an entire quest and you'd actually get this for free, and at the time only 100 people could actually get it, so it's probably like the rarest vehicle in the game. And as you can see, it comes with a lot of things. You get bombs, you get missiles, you can even turn this thing invisible literally just by pressing R and it completely disappears. All of this stuff for absolutely free, although you can't actually get it anymore, which is a real shame. This right here is the Falcon, which costs 1 million cash, which may seem like a lot, but it's actually the cheapest jet in the game. Unlike the cyberplane, which was actually free, this one right here only comes with bombs, and if you press C quite a few times you can actually drop them. As you can see, for a jet that costs 1 million, it actually does go quite quick. It's not as quick as a cyberplane, but you didn't have to do an entire quest to get this, and you can actually at least still get this plane. As for each bomb, it looks like they actually go ahead and do 10 damage to the vehicle and also 10 damage to the player, which isn't too bad considering this thing is only 1 million. Now this is where things start to get a little bit expensive with the Warhawk, which isn't too bad. It's only 4 million cash. This thing compared to the Falcon is actually pretty quick, although I still think the cyberplane actually beats this by quite a bit. The only thing it has is missiles. You can't go invisible and you can't also drop bombs, and every missile does around 60 damage, I'm pretty sure. It's definitely an upgrade to the Falcon, which only does 10 damage per bomb, but it's also not that great. But if you save up an extra 2 million, you can now buy the Nighthawk. And this thing, just like the cyberplane, has a few more things than just missiles. You can also drop bombs, and you can also go invisible, just like the cyberplane. As you can see, just press R and you're completely invisible. No one's going to see you for a good 5 seconds. It's been already. It's still going. It's still invisible. Well, okay, that was a solid 10 seconds. Again, you can also fire missiles, and you can also drop bombs, which you can see right there. Looks like every hit actually does 40 damage to the player, which is a little bit less than the 60 that the Warhawk did. And to vehicles, it does about 50 damage per shot, which is, again, I think slightly less than the Warhawk. And each bomb looks like it does about 10 damage per bomb, which isn't the best, but it's not too bad considering all the other things that this thing can actually do. Back to the aircraft carrier now for the next plane, which is the Brrt, which is 7.5 million cash. Now the Brrt, despite it being one of the most expensive jets in the game, it only has 2 abilities compared to the Nighthawk, which actually have 3. The Brrt can drop bombs, and it can also rapid fire with like a minigun that's on the front, as you can see. Starting with the bombs, it looks like the bomb does 10 damage, I think that was, per hit. Yep, it's 10 per hit. But this is where you get the money's worth, because the minigun that's on the front does too much damage. See, he's dead within like a second. He's gone. And the Brrt is also pretty quick. I don't think it's as fast as the cyberplane, but it is pretty quick. So the fact you can kill people like instantly with this thing is literally insane. It's definitely worth the 7.5 million cash, but it's still not the most expensive jet in the game. Finally, we have the most expensive jet in the game, the Raptor, for 11 million cash. I'm gonna go buy this for the first ever time and try this out. I've done it. All my money wasted, it's all gone, and I've got the jet. As you can see, it comes with quite a few abilities. You can obviously shoot the missiles, which, yep, you can shoot them pretty quick as well. You can go invisible, like completely invisible. If that was it, that was terrible. And you can also boost, I think, with this thing, which is weird. Okay, I'm pressing control and I don't exactly see what it's doing, so maybe this is something that you can't actually do. I'm kind of confused. Let me try turning invisible again. Let's see how long it actually takes for this thing to become visible again. So I've just pressed it. And okay, but thank God the first time was actually a bug, because that's crazy if it was like 1 second. That was about a solid 10 seconds, which I think is pretty similar to the Nighthawk, which is like half of its price. Alright, let's see how well these missiles can actually do. Apparently they can lock up from 1,350 in-game measuring units, but how much damage does it actually do? Okay, I've just hit it, and it's 40. I'm gonna do it again, and hope that it isn't just 40. Alright, here we go. I've made him stand further away. It's 40. It's 40 every time, as you can see. I mean, it's pretty good, but I mean, the Warhawk does more damage than this, and it's like half of the price. Let's test the locking on this thing. Apparently you can lock from quite a bit away. That's pretty good. I'm still gonna shoot him, and it still does 40. You can kill people with 3 missiles on this, but you can also kill people with 2 with the Warhawk, so that literally just puts this to shame. Again, you can actually cloak for like 10 seconds, which I mean you can also do with the Nighthawk, which is kind of funny how this thing's like double the price and you get the same thing. But at the end of the day, who really needs any of those jets when you've got the hyperglider and you could just do this? Look how fast this is compared to pretty much anything else that we've actually used in this video. Stop wasting your money.